Final Fantasy VIII is actually not a bad game. It is actually very innovative with the gameplay. Usually in the older Final Fantasy games, you had like a magic system, you had attack, and you had summons, and each game is very different from each other, and that's why elitism in Final Fantasy series really kind of backfires because each game is designed hugely different from each other. So it's kind of like fighting your taste. So that's overall what Final Fantasy games are like. Um, but I'm going to talk about why Final Fantasy VIII is pretty well made in a sense. I think the only thing I would take out, though, if I were to redesign the game, is I think it's better if the enemies are weak or enemies are strong. As in comparison to in the gameplay, if you get stronger, then the enemies get stronger with you. I guess it depends if you like that, but I think it's more better designed to just have enemies be weak or strong by default, and just have you level up and be stronger if you are stronger. But outside that, I think anything else I wouldn't really take out because I think the way you junction, the way that it works is to kind of you in a sense have a summon that you equip to you to your character, and that summon gets stronger the more you use it. So it kind of borrows a little bit from Final Fantasy Six, sorta. I mean, the difference is it's more the summoner that gets stronger instead of learning magic to your character. So in Final Fantasy VIII, if you have a GF, Guardian Force is what the GF stands for, and if you have it equipped, then it gets stronger. So the idea is to, in a sense, just have it equipped and win battles and level up. And it's also, I think it's the first Final Fantasy game where you don't actually equip your characters with armor or weapons. I mean, you can upgrade your weapon, but it's not like you can change or get new weapons in a sense. So it relies more on the draw system. A draw system is in a way where you can draw out magic from enemies or draw points. Mostly, you will probably rely on enemies in terms of cure spells or fire spell or spells you need, very powerful spells at least. And you have two ways of using spells in Final Fantasy VIII. Is either you can equip them to make you stronger in terms of the GF that you equip with magic, and that gets them stronger, or maybe it helps you to add better HP or something. It depends on the spell you draw, or what kind of focus you should set your spell on. I mean, a junctioning system, either in attack mode or defensive mode. Um, so let's say if you take in attack mode, then it's probably gonna be mostly by default make you much stronger in attacks. But if you want a defensive mode, then you want to be more protective. So it's kind of a choice between the offense or the defense in terms of the strategy you want to have your character in battle when you have your GF equipped, and you can also have your GF learn certain abilities that you can have to sort of like a relic system in older Final Fantasy games had that, but it's not the same in this one. Because relics was something you could buy and equip. But in Final Fantasy VIII, the GF learn stuff, and you can equip what they learn as some sort of relic, subcategory of abilities. It's not really abilities you use in a sense in the battle, but it's more like something that can help you with the stats. Like, for example, HP 40 plus or HP 20 plus, that affects your vitality, for example. So, in terms of higher HP level, so that's just one example. And and magic is, um, in a sense, it. I think it's that type of game that it seems more like magic is more used if you need to use it. instead of it being like something that you can just recharge with MP in terms of mana points or magic points or whatever you call it. So this is definitely very different. So from the older Final Fantasy games, but I think it's very innovative in terms of how it kind of tries to change something and make this game very different and unique to its own series. So I think it's a very cool game. Um, and I guess I can address the story also. I think it starts a little bit slow. I think so, at least in the beginning, but it gets very good at disc two. So if you, it's kind of like Oblivion or Elder Scrolls Oblivion, where it kind of starts slow, but it gets better when you get out of the prison. It's kind of like that with Final Fantasy VIII, where the story really gets interesting at disc two, I think. So I really think this is a very well made game. Um, I think this is I will almost say that I'm almost more fan of this game now than Final Fantasy Seven, and I do think Seven is visually the best designed game in terms of the visuals of limitations and also realism in battle. But in terms of the building that Final Fantasy VIII did, I think this is a very well designed game. I won't say that I think still that Seven is the best in the series so far, but FF8 is definitely on the top notch on my list. It's I think it's very good. So in the future, I probably will play it later on, but I don't think I'm gonna play it sooner or later at least. But it was very fun to play this. And I'm also going to mention one last thing in this review. Um, in terms of presentation, I think the original PC port from 2000 is the best looking one because jokes online where they say you're the best looking guy here, end quote. With Squall kind of Squall looks squashed in picture this like a joke online, and then you have the remastered, which remaster one is a difficult case for me. But basically, they try to use it to kind of sell it. But if you actually play the PC port from 2000, his face looks not squashed. It looks upscaled and okay. So the reason why the PlayStation One looked like that is because the resolution on PlayStation One was of lower quality, while the PC one, Squall looked pretty okay there. I mean, everyone looks okay on PC port because the resolution is better. Um, so that's why really. So in terms of presentation, I think the PC port from 2000 is the best one. But if you want the best gameplay, I actually recommend PlayStation One original because it has analog support, so it feels better to control your character while running. If you have a DualShock controller on PlayStation One and you just run around, so PlayStation One I think is the best in terms of gameplay at least. Even if the resolution is the best on PC, the 2000 port. So it's like if you could have the best of both worlds, the resolution from PC 2000 and the music from PlayStation 1 and the analog support and vibration from PlayStation 1. At least if you could mix two into the best outstanding quality. If I'm gonna comment on the remastered, I haven't played it, but I think this is more the case where I'm not the biggest fan of Squall in a sense. In the FMVs he looks very different from the game model, and that's why I didn't really play it at first because I thought it looked kind of off-putting. But I think this is more the case where I think fans of the original may have this idea that maybe they want to play it if they have played the original. So it kind of gives you a different experience. So if you're into that, that may be for you. Um, for me, I've heard that it's not really the greatest either way, even if you want that experience, because at least the PC one, because it doesn't support widescreen function like the Final Fantasy VIII original on Steam. That's the one I played. And the thing is they didn't really fix much. I mean, they made the character more higher resolution. That's true, but they didn't really fix some other problems. So In my view, I just sort of get the idea that the PC original is the most superior version, and the remastered is. I don't think it's. I just don't see the big deal with it. I think this is more the case if you are a console person and you just want to have it on console, then you may just put it in or something. I would not recommend it on PC at least. It at least doesn't look like something I will buy. But let me know what you think. Yeah, thank you for listening and bye.